Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon deck creations video, where actually the next few deck creations videos are all going to be armored themed. A lot of people wanted me to do armored in short succession, so we shall be doing that. The first deck that is suggested is a Dutch-German armored deck. So we are going to be doing that, the Dutch-German Corp. We are going to be making that an armored deck, and we're going to name it. What should we name this? Not sure. How about the Leopard Division? Because there's going to be a lot of leopards coming out. That's good. All right, so we'll do that. Okay. First order of business, we will be getting a fob. We could get the West German or the Netherlands. I'm not sure which fob to get. I feel that we might have a lot more. Well, maybe not. Let's just get the West Germans because they're probably closer to the front lines in terms of geography. Next order of business, we've got the transport or the Vracht. So the transport has more HP, but it takes longer to land, but it is faster. Medium does allow them to land faster. Let's see if we get 7 of those or 7 of these. Well, let's get 7 of these. These helicopters right here. As for land supply, we only have the Man-Caddy 6x6, which actually has more supply than the Mat Transport does at 1750 liters, so we'll get 7 of those. So that should be our supply. And for... Oh, interesting. For the CV, there's not any infantry CV. That's what I was starting to lean towards. But one thing we're going to get, I think we're going to get some good old-fashioned Leopard 2s. I think we're actually going to get the Veteran for this. And this makes them very good at being able to just get a good one-shot defend themselves against anything that might be sneaking up on them. 15 front armor is nothing to sneeze at, and 3 top armor is definitely very good in terms of cluster munition that might be firing their way. We also got the YPRs, which are amphibious, and this will provide us a little bit of extra CV support. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking we'll just get 3 hardened, and then we can get 4 YPRs, and that should fill out our logistics tab. That should be good. Let's go to the infantry tab. Alright, so infantry. We can get deck guns group A. Give us a little bit of fire support, but let's see what we all have before we make a decision. Now we could do a bit of a militia with the Hemmetschützen. These are just like the Israel militia. They're 5 points. They come in 5-point trucks, or as I call them, the 5-point trucks of death. They've also got 14 AP power and 50% accurate, so not too bad of a machine gun. We also have Jaegers, and Jaegers are the king of infantry. They did nerf the Jaegers a little while back, increasing their points to 5 from 10, but still, they are Jaegers with the MG3. These were basically the counter to the Spetsnaz of Red 4 in the early days of Wargame. We've got some Nantres, but they are not as good as the Hemmetschützen. As you can see, they have the same gun in terms of stats. The only difference is the anti-tank weapon. Well, yes, it has 20 rounds per minute. It has less AP power and less accuracy. So why not just take the Hemmetschützen? We got Milan 2. They're at 45% accuracy. We don't really need ATGMs because we are going to be having tanks to be able to fill that role, but oh yes, the Panzer Grenadier 90s or the Panzer Grenadiers. Which one should we pick? to go into the Marauder 2. So for 5 points more, the only difference is a better ATGM. Do we get... Okay, so we get the same amount. So 70% accuracy, 24 AP power is pretty darn good. But the Marauder 2 does have a pretty good gun itself. I think because they're so expensive, we're going to get... Oh, hang on. Let's double check. So I think they're the same for each of their respective roles. Oh no, right here, we get more Panzer Grenadiers as the Marauder 1A1. But then it goes back to being normal. Marauder 1, 13... Okay, Panzer Grenadiers. We can get 15 of them in these Martyr ones. Okay. 15, 13. Okay. Okay, so in terms of availability, we're going to get some Panzer Grenadier 90s and Martyr 2s, and then we're going to get some regular Panzer Grenadiers and some Martyr 1s, because those autocannons are still pretty good. What do we want? Martyr 1A1. So we've got 35 for 40, 55. So basically 20 point less. Do we? With a lot of F1, I mean, it's okay. It's basically a little bit of extra support. Do we need it? Make it 40 points for... You know what? Let's try that. We're going to get Panzer Grenadiers in the Martyr 1A1. See how well that works out. A little bit of ATGM support. AA, we've got the Flaggerfaust 2 or Stingers. Well, the Flaggerfaust 2 is superior. Yep. So we get that. We need to have those accurate AA to protect our tanks before they get attacked. Anything else that we can get? Ooh, Stortruppen. And Stortruppen 95s. Hello, let's go and double check them with the Panzer Grenadiers. Stortruppen 95 are the same cost as regular Panzer Grenadiers. They've got not as good as a... Oh, wait a minute. No, the light machine gun's actually better than... The Mini-Me is better than the MG3. The MG3 has longer range, but the Mini-Me has more accuracy, and that ultimately is what's more important when it comes to the gun. They also have better assault rifles, so they are closer range. So the Stortruppen are definitely more of an assault class. I think that's kind of what we want. What about these Stortruppen? Okay, so Panzer Grenadier, check that. These Stortruppen, compare this to the Panzer Grenadiers. Regular, yeah, the Panzer Grenadiers are better than the regular Stortruppen. But the Stortruppen 95s are definitely pretty good, can't deny. And these can come in their own autocannon. How much with the Martyr 1? Okay, so the Martyr 1, let's remember this, 1575, 20 to 1, okay? 25 to 1. 1750. Oh, wow. So this is actually better. Okay. We won't get those Panzer Grenadiers. We're going to get the Stormtrooper 95s with this autocannon. Get the same number. We won't get that ATGMs, but we don't need them. That's just fine. Volpurg 95s. I think we're going to get this for our fire support. This will be our ATGM. Yes, they don't have the best AP power, so they aren't taking out any heavy-duty tanks or anything, but they will be able to take out any light armor troop transport carrying vehicle the Red Fort is going to bring in one hit. They are 50% accurate, so most of the rolling work is done for us in terms of calculating the double dice roll to get to the, or coin toss is now to get the missile onto the target. But the main point is that this HE power basically gives us a nice little infantry peppering from range as well. So we'd be able to assist our tanks as they move forward quite a bit with this HE power. So let's get those Volpurg 95s. I've been pretty pleased when using them. And as for the cheap infantry, we could just get full-blown, super cheap. This would allow us to get more tanks, or we could just get Jaegers, which have a better... okay. Jaegers have a better anti-tank weapon, more accurate, more AP power, longer range. They've got a MG3 with 20% accuracy, 594 rounds per minute, and they've definitely got a better, more accurate gun. I think Jaegers win. Hammerschützen are good. There's just so much other stuff that's better. And we can get nearly as many Jaegers as we would have Hammerschützen. So we're going to put the Flykerfaust at the end. Going to put these guys at the end as well. And I think, yeah, we've got ourselves a squad. We've got the super expensive Martyr 2. We've got the Stormtrooper 95 with basically a better Martyr 1 equivalent. And we've got the Jaegers to back up as our main fighting force. Alright, support. This is going to be definitely very important. We don't really need artillery. We need seed. Or radar, AA. And we are going to get the Flak Panzer Gepard 2s because this is basically a Blue 4 equivalent of the Tunguska. We will get the Ihawk HEOSs because in an age of Dutch-German anti-air, when everything is radar, having a long-range anti-plane non-radar weapon, definitely very good, not gonna lie. Roland 2, Roland 3, we've already got the anti-air that we want. We could get Pips, which give us extra range against helicopters, but I think we're alright. Okay, the Cheetahs and the Flak Panthers are basically the same thing. It's just basically which kind of radar dish do we want. And I think I've always liked the Cheetahs radar dish rather than the Flak Panther Gepards. And yes, I do prefer... Oh, hello. There is a difference. Why would... Okay, so the Cheetah A1 is more accurate stationary, but it doesn't have a stabilizer, unlike the Flak Panther Gepard A1. So the Gepard A1 has a stabilizer. Saying as I don't normally turn these things on for the stabilizer, and I don't want to pay that price. Let's take the difference. No? Okay. But yeah, I usually get the Cheetahs, the 45-point variant. So they're a little bit cheaper. They still have the same range as the Cheetah A1. The only difference is the accuracy. The thing is they already fire so many rounds per minute. Especially, I love how it's the little Chaos logo on the side. But they fire so many rounds per minute that the 45% accuracy is still going to kill planes that fly over it. Still pretty good. We could get... No, we don't want artillery. We need to get... we need to get at least some smoke to protect our tanks. Okay, so we could get 72 rounds with the... And oh, they fire faster. They have less HE power, but that... Well, that is certainly fine, having less HE power. Faster rounds per minute. Sounds pretty good. Let's get that. Let's try that out. Alright, and we've got one more AA piece that we need to get. So, we could get the Pips. Yeah, let's get that. So we are going to get a little bit of extra anti-helicopter range, but we also are going to be good against the HEOS's non-radar variant. So let's get this all organized. Flak Panzer Gepard A2 is going to go up there. Cheetah is going to be put next to it, and the mortar is going to be put at the end. Perfect. So it's mostly going to be Netherlands that are going to be here in the support tech, but that is fine. I mean, we've got a good mix so far of everything in all the different divisions. Dutch, Germany, Netherlands, Germany, definitely a good combination. Now let's get to the tank department, where everyone is looking forward to, where we've got the Leopard 2A5 and the Leopard 2A5 NL. And believe it or not, if you compare these two tanks, there's actually a difference. The Leopard 2A5 West German tank is actually better than the Leopard 2A5 NL. And do you know how it's better? The machine gun has a 10% more accuracy and stabilizer. Therefore, the Leopard 2A5 is actually better. Everything else is the same. I kid you not. So, yep, we've got 4 super heavy tanks. Just like the USSR armored deck, we are going to be focusing around those super heavy and heavy tanks. We could get Leopard 2A4 NLs, but let's compare it to the Leopard 2A4. What is the difference? And the difference is that it's got 2 more AP power with the Leopard 2A4 NL. That's 15 extra points for 2 more AP power, but nothing else. Everything else is the same. So I think we're just going to go with the regular Leopard 2A4. We can get Leopard 2A1s. Are these the same? No, the Leopard 2A1s are better still because of their MG service machine gun. But everything else is the same. So we are going to get again do the Leopard 2A1. And then we can do Leopard 2s. Those are alright, but I think we're going to get the Kyler for 10 points less. Yes, the Kyler has a little bit less accuracy, but it does have an autocannon on top of it. Definitely a good tank to have. Leopard 1V is going to be a good sniper tank. We could get the Centurion, but the accuracy kind of lets it down. This would be kind of good constant peppering of tank right here, but let's see. We do need to be mindful of point cost. We've got the Leopard 1A5. These are the same, right? The West German versions of the Leopards are definitely better. You know what? Since these are all just so hard to pick, I'm gonna make this elite. And then we are also going to get these Leopard 2A1s as well. Is this the same? Yep. Alright. And we've got the Kyler. We don't need Leopard 2s, right? Kyler. Yeah, Kyler's definitely going to suit that role. So we need something to fill up these last 2 slots. We could get Centurions for 9 front armor. That could be good at absorbing shots. Yeah. Let's get a squad of elite Centurions to basically throw out into the front. And what else should we get? How many Leopard 2A4? We got 6 Leopard 2A4s. Let's compare the Leopard 1A5 to the Leopard 2. Okay, so they have the same gun. Oh, the Leopard 1A5 has a faster rounds per minute. Ooh. And to the Kyler, same rounds per minute. I mean, it could be as an emergency backup tank for that level. Alright, let's organize this. Leopard 2A1s go at the end, as well as with the Kyler there. So we have the Leopard 2A4s here, Leopard 2A1, Centurion, Leopard 1A5. So we've got the 2 Leopards next to each other here. Yeah, let's just do this really quick. Right on here. Okay, so we've got everything organized. This is elite, good. These we could get. No, I think we want 6 because the AP power is not as good as the Leopard 2A4. Leopard 2A1. Actually, reorganize. Sorry if I'm reorganizing too much. Things make a sense in my head in a certain way. Don't have to copy the exact organization skills that I am doing. Alright, that seems pretty good to me. We will put the Centurion. The Centurions were elite, weren't they? And so were these Leopard 1A5s. Alright, yeah, because we definitely don't need as many. They're just to take the shots, so a little bit more accuracy would be definitely better. So we've got a lot of Leopards, broken only by the Kyler and the Centurion. So that's our armored brigade. We are definitely approaching full activation points. We're going to need to cut back. Ooh, the Leopard Reckoning. Okay, Leopard 1A5 and the Leopard Reckoning. Okay, so we don't need the Leopard 1A5. That's good to know. I think we're going to save on these activation points. We don't need all these tanks. Blasphemous, I know. We're not filling out the full activation points for the armored division, but I think we might have enough tanks. Dot, dot, dot. Well, we will, especially after the Leopard for Kenning. Okay. What else do we have? We've got the Horizon or the BGS. What's the difference? Militia. Okay, the BGS is actually just better. They're meant mainly to spot, and they've got a better anti-tank weapon than the Hutherin, and they're cheaper. Okay. Huh. Autocannon. I love this. This thing's so funny. But yeah, autocannon could be a good kind of supporting role. Just good optics. We already have a lot of autocannon, so we don't need that. Paint job. This looks cooler, so we'll do that. I think some BGS. Rookie air trained. 5% more chance to see and identify enemy units. I think just rookie will be fine. Okay, not so much different. Oh, we can get another Leopard Reckoning. Yep, that'll be good. Alright, there at the end. Vehicles. I highly doubt we're going to get any vehicles. Let's check. Tow 2. Oh, these things are fun. These things are definitely fun to play with. I've put these to good use before. They're good anti-infantry stunning support. Not very good against helicopters. Their main role is to take out infantry, but well, we can keep looking on the Marauder VTS 1s. Now, I have had these take out T-80Us and UMs that have gotten too close to forests. Let's see what we have for helicopters. Oh, we've got the escort. So we'll be able to escort our tanks through the thick of infantry. ATGM, rocket pods, no AA helicopters. Let's check our air. Let's see what air that we want to get. So we can get, I do love me some Block 16A, or F-16A Block 1s. These, even though these are short-range aim missiles, these missiles can fire pretty rapidly fast. They definitely can engage multiple planes. I've had one of these planes shoot down 3 bombers that were coming in single-handedly, so that was definitely good. But we only get 3 hardened. If these were elite, I'd definitely get them. The MLU definitely would be a worthwhile plane to take. We've got the F-16A Block 10. Now this has 8 cluster AP power. Most AP bombers have 6 cluster power. So this is definitely a keeper of taking. We can also get more. It's kind of a multi-role. Only has 2 AMRAMs though, so it's more of just taking out tanks. Let's check the F4F versus the F-16. So the F-16 definitely has more accurate aim missiles, but the F4 does have more missiles in general. I think we need to double up on our AA for planes. Peace Rides versus the Block, they're the same Maverick missile. So we have 4 Mavericks for the Block 15, or we could just get a Peace Ride. The F-16 does have more ECM and is faster, but the Peace Ride is cheaper. But the Peace Ride also comes in hardened. that might be worthwhile. What else can we get? Tornado IDS. I think we need a bomber for that. Seed? We are starting to use quite a bit of planes. This is definitely a good seed plane, but we just reached the maximum of our activation points. Huh. So we can... I'm just thinking here. Maybe doubling up on double AA is not the best idea. Could do multi-roll. That would be mostly used for bombing. Yeah, let's just get the bombers. Block 16A, block F-16A, block 10. I don't know why I keep saying block instead of F. Yeah, this'll do. We've got a couple of AA support. We've got cluster. We've got HE. So now we can get a 2-point, 1 point, and 2 points. The TOW 2s are alright. The problem is that the TOW 2 barely has enough range to fire, and then you have to instantly reverse in case the enemy is pushing. So that's not going to help us out too much. So I'm thinking we actually do fill out. We actually get the Marauder VTS 1s. We get some good action. They need to get the first shot off because the rate of fire is pretty poor. But now we can actually go back to the tanks. So the Leopard for Kenny will replace the Leopard 1A5. Leopard 1A2 versus Centurion. I think the Centurion's actually better. Alright, so we are going to get actually 22 Centurions there. And what's going to be the last tank that we get? Yes. Okay. So reorganize this quickly and quietly. And delete that. So we have our regular veteran train Leopard 2A4s. That's slightly less AP power, but still pretty formidable. And we've got our Leopard 2A4 NLs to be elite trained with 21 AP power. So all in all, I think this is actually a good tank combination. We definitely are relying going to be heavily on our super heavies, but the Germans and by extension the Netherlands have always had very good tank power for their price. Not like the American tanks, which are overpriced for the value that each of those tanks actually give. These are actually a pretty good combination. And we've got some screening forces to go and cover. Do we want elite or veteran? I think we could get a few more, just for that we have more tanks to throw into the front. These aren't going to be mainly shooting. They're mainly going to be jumping in front, taking the shots for our allies. Alright, for the Navy tab, well, we don't want to engage ships, so we're going to engage them from afar, get the usual blue 4 step combination. And where is those super etendards at the end there? And we will delete that and go there. Alright, tanks. We've got ourselves a Dutch-German deck. And I am ready to go back to using tank warfare, being the actual main frontline force. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next episode.